Hey there, it's Julie, and I fell in love with this Hemlock and Oak planner. You guys, I shared it in a previous video about all the planners, but the issue with this one was its hardbound cover did not slide into my agenda, and I've really gotten used to having the pockets, the pin loop, so it was like, oh, I love the paper inside this planner, but I needed a solution. So I did a thing. I cut it off. You guys, it was so sad, but like so helpful because once I got that off, I could actually slide it into my planner, and I just needed a little bit more reinforcement. So obviously I wanted to have a cuter cover to look at, so I've chosen that paper to just slide along the outside, but I'm going to actually reinforce the binding and the back so that it has a little bit more sturdiness to slide in and out of my planner, but I'm also going to try not to slide in and out too much. I have some washi to adhere it all together, as well as this adhesive that I'm going to use, and I just dig right in. Is it cardboard? I cannot think of the name of that, but I just have that reinforcement for the cute pattern paper that's going to go in the back. This is all from a paper pack from the stamp market. So that is just like easy peasy. And then I adhere it to that last final page of the actual planner. This isn't probably ideal. Like, I don't know like what kind of a lifespan this would have if it weren't being protected by my cover, but the fact that it is going to be inside of a leather, or a bound planner cover makes me feel better about this. I'm fussing with that, trying to get it right up next to the edge, and I do the same for the front. I selected black and white pattern on my paper just to kind of keep it something that I could enjoy for a while, that I wouldn't get sick of. There's some really cute patterns in this pack, but I thought if I stayed with the most neutral, that might help me just love them longer instead of get sick of them. Okay, the next part of this video is going to show some like nitty-gritty details and also enlighten you on the fact that I never measure, I go with the flow, I'm willing to try something, see it doesn't work, and then try something else. So you can see that I've cut that strip, that like reinforced strip, to go along the binding. And so then I decide like I'm going to try to wrap this paper around it so that there's no like cardboard actually showing, and I'm calling it cardboard. Literally cannot think of the name. Help me out, people. But anyway, so I'm trying to fold that over, and you can see like there's no give. Like there's tiny like extra paper, and it's super annoying to me. But I just fuss and try to make it work, and then by the time that I hold it up next to my book, I realize like it's really bulky. It's not laying flat like the way I would want it. So as much as I try to push that down and make it work, I realize that I'm going to have to try a wider piece of the pink paper. So in the process of that, I'm going to give you a glimpse of my awesome measuring. You can tell I'm super exact. I just hold up that binding piece and kind of align it to the next sheet of paper, and I adhere that one, and then I'm scoring here. I'm using the little like grooves in my trimmer to try to score that paper so that it will bend and it will fold over easy. And then I realize like, oh, instead of folding it over, I will try to adhere it to the sides of my planner. And then you can see I give up on that too. And I decide, okay, forget it. We're just going to go with the actual width there. It lays much flatter, and then the washi will cover any and all of the extra little grooves and sins. So that's what I do, and I just trim that washi down. I like this washi. It's thick. I thought it might wrap like one piece around the whole thing, but I do use two. But the cool thing is that it actually has a repeating pattern that matches up along the spine, so that looks really cool too. All that is left for me is to just trim down the edges, the little extra pieces of washi there, and voila, it's done. Like, guys, that was so fun, so simple. It's just basically taking a hardback and making it a soft back cover, I guess you could say, and it slides right into my planner. You're going to see it's a little bit reinforced there, and I would love like some type of a plastic cover to help that slide in and out, but I'm honestly just going to, like I said earlier, try not to slide it in and out a ton, just keep it in here, and it fits like a glove. Like it has no extra room and just enough room. So I'm going to show you in a second, like the screws there where I took out my rings. Those screws are just pushing right up against the binding perfectly. Like there's just the right amount of space there. Because I had only added side tabs from January to July or June, I have room for my pen too. So I probably will not be adding any more side tabs. I will have to do my little temporary tabs along the top probably, which I'm totally fine with. I share this quick peek at my current week, and you guys, that paper is bright, it's white, I love it, super happy. Thanks a lot for joining me for this. Hope that it was informative regarding whatever book you might be recovering, but specifically this planner.